Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news. So, the NFL rumor mill is buzzing with some pretty intriguing speculation that could have major implications for the Green Bay Packers and their upcoming season. Word on the street suggests that the Dallas Cowboys might be open to trading Trevon Diggs, one of the league's most talented cornerbacks, to Green Bay in a move that could reshape the Packers' secondary and overall defensive outlook. Now, this isn't just a fan fantasy or some random hearsay. There are whispers from sources close to the Cowboys indicating they're looking to rebuild after a somewhat turbulent start to the season, sitting at 3-6 with a salary cap space of around $19 million. Their focus appears to be shifting towards a rebuild, especially after some instability with Dak Prescott and concerns about their defense's consistency. The Cowboys, facing some tough decisions, are reportedly willing to part ways with Diggs in exchange for a fourth-round pick in the 2026 NFL Draft. That might seem like a modest return for a player of Diggs' caliber, but considering Dallas's current situation, looking to free up cap space for offensive line reinforcements, and trying to improve their defensive ranking, which currently stands at 18th in EPA per play, the move makes sense. They're culling parts to focus on core rebuilds, especially if they believe they won't contend without a significant upgrade to their pass defense. Meanwhile, the Green Bay Packers, sitting comfortably at 6-3 after a quiet but steady start post-October 4th, are clearly in win-now mode. They've been quietly building a roster that's strong in coverage and opportunistic in creating turnovers. Their secondary, led by Jair Alexander, has been solid, but they're missing that game-changing ball hawk that can turn the tide of a game with a single play. That's where Diggs comes in. His reputation as a true ball hawker, with an instinct for the ball that's reminiscent of some of the best in the league, could be exactly what the Packers need to elevate their pass defense into the top tier. Trevon Diggs, at just 27 years old, has already established himself as one of the league's premier interception artists. Over his career, he's racked up a total of 22 interceptions, along with 68 pass deflections and 245 total tackles. His production in 2025, despite some injury concerns earlier in his career, has been stellar, playing 8 games, tallying 6 interceptions, and deflecting 15 passes. His coverage metrics are impressive, with a PFF grade of 87. 2, ranking him as the 7th best cornerback overall, and he boasts a coverage EPA of -0.15, which indicates he's effective in limiting big plays. His interception rate sits at around 5%, and he's particularly effective against slot receivers, averaging just under 6 tackles per game in that role, with 0 injuries so far this season. One of Diggs' standout performances this season came in Week 5, when he snagged 2 interceptions, showcasing his playmaking ability. His career averages include a minimum of 7 retweets per game in terms of impact plays, and he's averaging around 16 pass deflections per year. He also has the ability to make a splash in the return game, with 165 yards returned on interceptions and a career-winning percentage of around 80% when defending in the slot. For the Cowboys, the decision to trade Diggs appears driven by their need to free up cap space for offensive line upgrades and to bolster their run defense, which ranks 18th in EPA per rush. With their odds of winning the Super Bowl currently at +10.0, a move like this could be seen as a way to reset and try to get back into contention, especially if they're skeptical about their ability to contend without adding speed and depth to their secondary. From the Packers' perspective, acquiring Diggs could be a game-changer. His presence would significantly boost their coverage EPA by about 22% and add depth to a secondary that's already doing well but could use an elite playmaker. Playing alongside Jair Alexander and further strengthening their pass defense, which is currently ranked 9th overall, Diggs could push that ranking into the top 3. His ability to cover wide receivers and tight ends alike, especially in critical situations, would give Green Bay a real advantage in tight games and late-game scenarios. His impact on the pass defense would be tangible, intercepting more passes creating more turnovers and disrupting opposing quarterbacks' rhythm. The Packers have been solid overall, but adding someone like Diggs would elevate their pass defense to elite status, especially in the postseason. And let's talk about the potential playoff impact, because that's where it gets really interesting. Diggs' addition could increase Green Bay's turnover rate by around 26%, making their defense even more opportunistic. This kind of boost could be the difference between a deep playoff run and an early exit. His presence would also serve as a catalyst for the entire secondary, inspiring the younger players and providing the veteran leadership that's sometimes lacking in the Packers' back end. Now, looking at the bigger picture, this trade, if it happens, could symbolize a shift in the NFC North landscape. The Packers, often viewed as perennial contenders with a solid core of players like Jair Alexander, Kenny Clark, and Christian Watson, could be taking a step closer to reclaiming their dominance. Meanwhile, the Cowboys might be caught in a cycle of trying to rebuild their defense while still contending. But this move could be a sign that they're willing to sacrifice short-term stability for long-term gains. In terms of odds, if Green Bay manages to pull off this deal, their chances of winning the Super Bowl could improve from +4-0 to around +2-800. That's a significant jump, especially considering how much a playmaker like Diggs can influence the postseason. His ability to create turnovers, force bad throws, and shut down key receivers makes him a true X-factor in any playoff scenario. Of course, there are skeptics. Some might argue that trading away a key draft pick for a player like Diggs is a gamble. What if he gets injured or if the chemistry isn't there? But given Diggs' injury-free track record this season and his proven production, he's a high-upside addition. For the Packers, who are all in on this season's Super Bowl push, adding a player of Diggs' caliber could be the ultimate piece to their puzzle, especially considering their recent success and the desire to capitalize on this window of opportunity. And let's not forget, the NFL is all about matchups. With Diggs, the Packers would have a true shutdown corner that can handle the league's best receivers, freeing up Jair Alexander and others to be more aggressive. This kind of secondary depth and talent could make Green Bay's defense one of the most feared units in the league, translating into more wins, more turnovers, and a real shot at hoisting the Lombardi Trophy again. So in summary, this potential trade is a fascinating storyline. It's about rebuilding, making bold moves, and positioning for a deep playoff run. Whether it materializes or not, it highlights how aggressive the Packers are willing to be in pursuit of excellence. And for the Green Bay fans, it's a reminder that the team is always looking for ways to improve, to get better, and to chase that 7th Super Bowl ring. The next few weeks could be pivotal, and all eyes will be on whether this trade becomes a reality. If it does, fans can look forward to a more formidable, opportunistic Packers defense, one with the potential to change the course of their season and push them back into Super Bowl contention. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think Diggs would be the perfect fit to elevate the defense? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing him in the green and gold? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us and to the Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news. Whether this trade happens or not, one thing is clear. The Packers are always in the game, always looking to improve, and always chasing that Super Bowl dream. So keep the faith, stay loud, and let's see what the future holds for this team that we all love so much.